Hello everybody, it's Dagonhills here, and it's officially my birthday week, so I'm going to do a couple different dishes for dinners. I plan to go out one night, but thought I'd make some other nice things. So I've already done a video like this, so I thought I'd do it a little more in depth. It's going to be a beautiful chuck roast. I have this beautiful, it's a 3-pound chuck roast. These beautiful little potatoes. Look how beautiful they are. Look at the little baby. Hello. I have these lovely rainbow carrots. If you've ever tried those, they're delicious. They seem a little sweeter. Then I have some little baby bellas, some beautiful white mushrooms, some different seasoning. I have some nice olive oil, some Lee and Perron's Worcestershire sauce. We've been through that before. A little bit of kitchen bouquet. You can use that for a lot of things. And some other seasonings and salt and pepper. So I'm going to kind of jump through everything. But hope you enjoy watching. Look at that beautiful chuck roast. Isn't that beautiful? It's really thick too. Well, first we're going to salt and pepper it. I use salt and pepper all over it. And then we're going to sear it in a pan. So let me salt and pepper this. Okay, I put just a splash of olive oil. Now we're going to sear this. You want to sear it, and then you want to put it into a 425 degree oven for about 45 minutes. No, for 15 minutes, not 45. Getting ahead of myself. But if you do that, it tends to make it tender, because then we're going to slow cook it at 325 for about 4 hours. You don't want to cook it too much, you just want to sear it. You can hold it like this to get the ends. Now I take the whole week off because it's my birthday week, and being close to Christmas I can relax and get a few things done before the hectic bit before Christmas, but never too hectic for me. I like to make it like that. So we're going to finish searing this off, and I'll be back. Okay, so it's done. So I'm going to put this now into a baking pan. Okay, it's in the foil-lined baking pan. Looks wonderful. I guess if you like it really rare, you could have it just like that. But let's fix up some vegetables to go with this. So now the oven's preheated to 425. It's going to go in for 15 minutes. And then we're going to go about 4 hours at 325, so it's just going to be so tender and delicious. Okay, so now I'm going to have these beautiful cloves of garlic. We're going to stick them like down in the seams. You can either use garlic powder. I do this sometimes because then these also roast and they're really nice. Roasted garlic is wonderful. But you put them down like in the seams where the fat is. Now that I have those done, I put a little Lee and Perron's, or Lee and Perron's actually, and you put that on. I don't put too much, just to kind of moisten it, give it a little seasoning. And we're going to put the spices. Now it's already been salt and peppered, so you don't need to do that. I put a little seasoned salt. It's Lowry's, no MSG. It's pretty nice. Put just a dash, very little, of ground mustard. Just a little. You don't want too much. Just a little bit. And then some onion powder. Put a little bit of that. Now, I already put the garlic on there. You can also add garlic powder if you love garlic. Put a little more on there. It's going to be really flavorful. So now, it's time for the veggies. Well, I have these beautiful, they're called Sunrise Medley. They're these little beautiful bite-sized potatoes. They come in different colors. That's purple, red, like a golden. So we're going to put some of these in. Okay, the beautiful potatoes are in. Now these are going to be really simple. You just put a little olive oil. Everything kind of cooks together. It's a very simple dish. It's great for Sundays, or they used to, in the old days, people would have it like on a church day because they could just set it in the oven and go to church and come home and the house would smell beautiful and they'd have a lovely meal. So I put a little salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic on here. It's very simple. I didn't cut these because they're so little. You can see how little they are. Little bite size. That they'll cook up beautifully. Just a little bit. So now I have these, the baby bellas and the white mushrooms. We're going to put those in. Okay, we have the mushrooms in. It looks like a lot, but they always shrink down. I put little thin pieces of butter, and then I put some garlic and a little pepper. So now it's for those beautiful rainbow carrots. Like I said, if you've never had these, try them. They're just outstanding. I like them a lot more than normal carrots. Though they do have normal orange, then they have the yellow and the purple. Let's put these in. Okay, so now we have the rainbow carrots in here. And I put just a little bit of butter and salt and pepper. You can see there's 3 kinds. It's the purple, the yellow, and the orange. They're really delicious though. So this is about done. We're going to finish it up and seal it up. Okay, what I do is put a little bit of kitchen bouquet just over the top. You don't want to go too crazy. But it also blends with the juice if you want to make a beautiful gravy. So you want to put a little bit on there. And then the final step, and you can make this recipe your own, and if you don't like certain things, don't add them. If you like others, add them. I put a little bit of minced onion. You could even use a Lipton soup mix if, and really skip all the other spices in a pinch. As long as you sear the roast and throw it in the 425-degree oven for 15 minutes, then lower the heat. This is just going to melt in your mouth. Now, it looks like a lot, and it is, but I have a wonderful neighbor, and I like to, when I can, make a little extra and have her something, a nice home-cooked meal for her. She eats out a lot. But there we go. So I'm going to seal this up, if you can see it. It's packed, but once it cooks, it shrinks. So let me seal it up. So we're ready to seal this up. You could put Italian seasoning on the potatoes. You could do whatever you really want. That's what makes it so beautiful. And then you just throw it in the oven and go about your day. You can't really beat this dish. Okay, I take 2 equal lengths of tin foil. I always call it tin foil because I'm old, but it's aluminum foil. And I make a seam, doubling it and tripling it down the middle so it's a little bigger. And then I put one final, just to really seal that up so when it cooks, it does its magic. So this baby's ready to go. I'm going to put it in the oven. So there it is in the oven, and the temperature set 425. So we're going to hit the timer for 15 minutes. Then we're going to bump it down to 325. We're going to go for about 4 hours. So I'll be back. Okay, well, we've reached the part of my show where I show a little something from the kitchen. This is kind of bittersweet to me. This is from a dear neighbor of mine. And both her and her mother had passed away, and they're having an estate sale, and by the time I got there, everything was gone. This is the one thing I always loved when I used to go, and I'd help them with things, and we'd have a little snack. And this is it's for cream. I've never used it, but you put the cream in there, then you pour it, it comes out. So it's a beautiful little cow creamer. You've probably seen them around, but I'll always remember them. 2 wonderful ladies. Really blessed my life in a lot of ways. So let's check on that roast. Well, actually, I'm going to sit around for a while and then I'll check on it later. Okay, well, it's gone for 4 hours at 325, so let's open it up and see what we have. Probably be a lot of steam. Ooh, look at that. Little carrots. Potatoes look perfect. See how the mushrooms shrank to nothing? There we have it. So let's plate up a nice plate of this beautiful roast. Well, I decided I'm going to make a little sauce, and you just skim off some of the fat and you put it in a saucer. Skim off what you can and put it in a little saucer with some cornstarch. Then once it gets to a certain point, you add a little more juice. I'll show you what when I get it going. Okay, now with the skimmed off fat and the cornstarch, you kind of cook it till it gets to be this little kind of paste. Okay, then into that paste, you put a little more juice, and then you kind of cook it down. I use a little whisk to make sure it's nice and smooth. You cook it down, and you have a beautiful little brown sauce. Well, this is just falling apart. Look at that. It's beautiful. How wonderful that looks. Okay, well, there you have it. That beautiful brown sauce turned out lovely. Have our beautiful rainbow carrots and little potatoes, little cottage cheese, a beautiful roast, and those mushrooms. So this will make a great pre-birthday meal. So thanks for watching. Okay, well, here's a little early birthday celebration for me. A little homemade brownie, some heavy whipped cream, and a crazy little candle.